Hey, this is Victor Antonio with another Let's Talk Sales, where you and we talk about sales. And again, no hype, no fluff, no fat, no hyperbole. Let's just talk about it. Let's be real. So I got a story for you. It's not a story. It actually happened yesterday. So I put together a bid for a customer. Now, keep in mind that this VP has 500 salespeople reporting to him, and he's looking for a way to provide a training program. And so he reaches out to me, and sure enough, I put a bid together for him, a lot of content, a lot of resource. I'm going to dedicate a whole week, 5 full days to putting this bid together, putting this program together for them, customized specifically for their industry. So keep that in mind, 5 full days, customized specifically for their industry. I sent them a proposal. It's a 5-figure proposal. And the immediate pushback was, Victor, that's more than I expected to pay. Now, I'm used to that objection. I don't have a problem with that objection. But as the conversation proceeded, as we got into it, I realized he was more concerned about how much I was going to make per day. So he took the 5-figure number, divided it by 5, and he's like, well, how can you justify making that much per day? And I go, what? I said, what do you mean justify making that much per day? And I had to explain to him, I said, realize that you're not getting just 5 days. You're getting years of experience bundled into these 5 days, and that's the content you're getting. You're paying for 20, 25 years of experience to go into this content designed specifically for your customers, your company, your salespeople. And he just couldn't get past that. And I realized that I'm dealing with an envy buyer. An envy buyer is somebody who envies what you're making. Maybe I'm making more per day than he is. I don't know. But then I also say he's an NV buyer, as in a no-value buyer. In other words, this is a person that just looks at how much he's going to pay for something instead of the value he's going to receive. Now think about this. It's a 5-figure deal, not a 6-figure deal, 5-figure deal. Take 500, divided by 500 salespeople, he's paying pennies on the dollars for training, but he can't get over the fact that I'm making that much in 5 days. And so the conversation just went downhill. It didn't go well. And we both agreed to kind of just go back to our neutral core. And he says, why don't you redo your numbers? And I said, sure, I'll redo my numbers. And I lowered it by about, a few $1,000s. I didn't pull that down that much because I know my value. I'm going to come down a few $1,000s more, but that was it because I already quoted it to where I would be happy. I gave it a little more, just a little more. And again, I stopped. And he said it was still too high. And I said, I don't want the deal. Thank you for your business. Why don't you find somebody else? Here's why I don't want the business. 1, I don't really need it. 2, love to have it, but here's what happens. Tell me if this has happened to you. Have you ever taken on a job? If you're a consultant, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a trainer, you know what I'm talking about. Have you ever taken on a job where you cut your prices so deep that when you start working on the actual project, you just resent it? Do you know what I'm talking about? That's like a resentment project. And when you're working on something that you resent, you just don't give it your all. But I don't blame the buyer. I blame me for actually lowering my price and taking the deal. I've done that in the past, refused to do that anymore. And that's what he wanted me to do. I said, no. In my mind, I'm going, nope, I don't do any resentment type of work anymore. So I left the price there, and most likely I won't get the deal, and that's okay. Because that person is not my customer. See, I don't want customers who nickel and dime you to death. All they're looking for is a discount. These are price buyers, no value buyers. These are people who will come on price and will leave on price. They don't understand value. They don't understand value add. They don't understand how you can be there for them when they need it the most. All they're worried about is how much is that going to cost me? But in this case, he was worried about how much I was going to make. He was looking at my pocket. And when you come across somebody like this, it's a done deal. Nothing's going to happen because this person is coming from a position of envy. Envy as in green, also envy as in no value. It was Jack Welch who said years ago, he fires 5% of the bottom clients every year because he knows, I know, and maybe you know, that customers who always want discounts, always want deals, always want to add things for free, right? They always want you to add certain things for free, are the worst customers they have. They eat away, they erode your profit margin. This was one of those non-value buyers. I didn't want the deal. And so has that ever happened to you? You come across somebody who just doesn't want to pay the price. In the past, when I was desperate for the business, maybe I would have taken it. But I've been there. I've been there and done that. I've taken those deals, and I know how it made me feel working through the project, and even delivering it. And even after I delivered it, in some cases, they still wanted more without paying for more. So I've learned when I smell a non-value buyer, an envy buyer, I just don't want to deal with them. So if you come across somebody who doesn't pay you what you're worth, who doesn't understand, it isn't how much you get paid per day, it's the experience you bring to bear on that project, on what they're trying to solve. That's what they're paying for. And if they can't understand that, you're dealing with the wrong prospect. Again, not every prospect's for you. And so in sales, we know that our right customers out there, I got customers out there who wouldn't hesitate to pay that price. But as soon as I smell this guy, I go, nope, you're one of them, and I'm walking away from the deal. So I want to know your feedback. Do you run across people who simply don't want to pay? Would you agree with me that some of these people who don't want to pay are also, these are the type of customers who erode your profit margins over time. They're always calling in. They always have problems. They always need your help, but they never want to pay. They want free training. They want freebies all over the place. Tell me if this has been your experience. And again, in the last few years, maybe 4 or 5 years, I haven't dealt with any of these. So this was rare for me to come across a non-value buyer. Let me know what you think. Love to hear your thoughts on non-value buyers and what you would do if you were in my situation. This is Victor Antonio with another Let's Talk Sales, reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how and you're talking to the right buyers. Take care.